Today we are going to talk about, first we're going to talk about like good news, and we're going to talk about ways to cope with stressful news and ways to cope with maybe just stressful announcements that you get all the time on your phones or on your emails or on your computers or wherever. There's Salem again. Sorry, I need to lock in. I'm locked in. Okay. But yeah, we're going to talk about news and how news can cause a lot of stress and maybe even some discourse. And then we're also going to talk about empathy and sympathy, ways to build it.
Yep.
And yeah, but before we get started, we got to find our yaks.
Yes.
We got to find our yaks.
Yaks of the week.
Yaks of the week. Yak of the week.
Of the every other week.
Of the every other week.
There's not that many. There hasn't really been that many posted.
Yeah, there haven't. My school top of the week. Oh, I have one of them. One of them I like. Well, this is still the week one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's not much happening besides... Oh, 3 days ago. Okay.
Okay, I've got two. Let me figure out which one I want. Oh. Actually, my two favorite are... Oh, I can't say who posted this one because that's not an appropriate name. But one of these two. Actually,
maybe the top one. The second one's like calling out a club.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do the top one because it goes with our good news theme.
Yep. I'm going to pick a good one then.
Yeah, pick a good one. We got a good news theme going on right now. Let's pick out the good news one. Good news would be that my sweater... Keep going. Keep closing. Carry along.
Okay, I have one that just made me giggle.
Make it do it. Oh my god. I like the one underneath it too. Those are hard. Look at the comments. No, look at the comments of that one.
God, that's hot. That was you? That's like something Will would say. That was Will.
I was like, my knee-jerk reaction. I was like, oh.
I have two, and they both make me giggle.
Okay.
You go first.
No, you go first, then I'll do mine, then you do your last. We can go back and forth.
Okay. My first one is WTF as a kilometer, and it's a picture of an eagle attacking a goose.
That's the because our hockey teams beat Canada. That's like the picture that everyone's posting.
I thought it was funny because it said, "What the fuck is a kilometer?"
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Hey, because what is a kilometer?
What is a kilometer? 3 point something miles? 0.3 miles? What is a kilometer? Chat, look this up. What's a kilometer?
1,000 meters.
Yeah, but what's a meter?
1,000 centimeters.
No.
0.6 miles.
0.6 miles? So like a half mile? 0.6, like point, like 0 point. So basically a half mile. Okay. Okay, mine. I'm going to tell my yak of the week. My favorite yak of the week, it's actually about my club, and I love the girl who's in charge of this one. I actually know who it is, and she deserves every amount of praise. This one said, appreciation post for the club that puts out feminine products in the bathroom. Y'all are lifesavers. Someone commented, for real. I will do a special shout out. It is the Mortar Board. The Lyon College chapter of the Mortar Board puts that out there and funds it. It's funded through SGA, but the Mortar Board chapter puts it out there. And I am lucky enough to get to work with the girl who is in charge and organizes the whole thing. Hannah Davison, senior bio student. She's the GOAT. She's the one that helps to make sure that those are stocked. So let's give a round of applause for Hannah. Love you, Hannah. Okay, what's your other one?
Ooh, I lost. Okay,
Girl.
hold on. I don't know what made me giggle so hard. So it was something that the Lyon College Career Center posted.
Oh, yeah.
On Instagram. And someone had screenshotted their story. And they said, no way they posted this. And it's a picture of a young gentleman on the Lyon College campus looking like an unk.
Looking like an unk.
dressing like a pastor. And then Lyon College Career Service posted it and said, "Suit up, but it's given Sunday service. A good blazer will have you testifying for real."
I love Cassidy so much. Cassidy Mitchell, you're funny.
Yeah, that one had me.
That had me giggling. That had me giggling. That did have me giggling. I like that one. Do the lights need to be off back there? You're good. You're good. I just didn't know if they need to be. No. Guys, announcement. We have a new producer. Toby, you want to come out here? Come here. Come right here.
Put your face in the camera.
Put your face in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so stay right there in front of the camera.
Just look directly into the camera. This is Toby, guys. Toby is going to be working with us on production. We will introduce you to other members of our crew soon. But, okay. So, yes, we had set our yaks. My yak had 126 upvotes. It's not mine, but the yak I chose. So whoever yacked that yak, congratulations.
Yep. I did not look at that part. I was too busy giggling at the other yaks I was seeing as I was scrolling to find the ones I wanted to pick.
Yeah, I've been seeing everybody post the picture of, like, the eagle attacking the goose, and I'm like, hell yeah. What a time to be an American, am I right?
Nope. I didn't know what that was about. I just thought it was a funny post.
Yeah, it was because we swept the floor with Canada. Absolutely. But they played a good game. There was a lot of good sportsmanship out of the Olympics this year. I was pleasantly surprised with the Olympics. Well, very happy. Well,
maybe not the leaders, but
the athletes. I loved the messages from the athletes this year, but we'll get into that in a second. So, Cari and I wanted to do a special episode. Okay, every episode is special.
Yep.
We handcraft it. But we wanted to have an episode today to talk about ways to two parts of this episode. Ways to kind of cope with some bad news or just some stressful news. It might not be bad, but it could be stress inducing. But then also ways to to cope with that. Recognize good news versus bad news, surrounding yourself, teaching yourself how to do that. But then also the second part is kind of discussing empathy versus sympathy, ways to build that, and why it's important to lead with an empathetic heart.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously the world is a spooky place, especially as you get older. I don't think it gets spooky because you're older. I think it's spooky because you notice things because you're older.
Yeah, I think you become more sentient. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, we've grown up in a very terrible time period, terrible era. I mean, and I don't want to compare that to, like, previous time periods whenever, like, it was, the Black Plague and stuff. But
yeah, at least we're not dying of the plague.
Historically, we had a pretty decent economy in the world whenever we were, like, little and growing up. And as we've gotten older, the pandemic, history's like rewriting itself, and we're actively having to grow up and live through it.
Yeah.
And not let it affect our day-to-day lives, because you cannot put that on an excuse form. You will not be unexcused.
It will not be unexcused because the world sucks.
Yep.
That's just the way it is.
And you got to cope with it, unfortunately.
And we do have more stressful things happening in the world, internationally, nationally as well. And it's not, we don't want to talk about that per se, but we want to talk about the way that we can help you guys kind of work around some kind of like upset feelings.
Reassure it for ourselves as well.
Yeah, a little bit of validation here. Psych'd is like 10% trying to help you. It's like 90% validation for us.
Yep.
Before we start, if you are a Lyon College student and you are struggling with any sort of feelings of despair, depression, anxious feelings, any sort of negative connotation feeling, Victoria Hutchinson is available. You can always reach out to email her. You can also reach out and talk to Maggie Olsup. She's our chaplain here on campus. She's wonderful. Don't let the chaplain title frighten you. I know religion can be a touchy subject, but Maggie is one of the most accepting people on this campus. Talk to her. She's also got a dog. She picked up her other dog today.
Isn't the dog? Isn't that a schnauzer?
His name's Smokey. So we got Smokey and Bear.
Oh my god, that is so
He's
cute.
literally that big.
That is so
He's a little
cute.
puffball. He's so cute.
Clarence is gonna eat him.
Yes. I told her, I was like, are you? And she's like, I'm gonna be watching him tonight.
Yeah, Clarence is definitely gonna eat him.
Clarence is another chonky cat.
Yeah, Clarence is Chaplain Maggie's cat.
He's cute. But you got that. You've also got Benji Norton. Yes. Benji Norton, head of our Josh project, and a plethora of other titles that I have yet to learn yet.
Yeah.
But amazing.
Also, your professors.
Oh, yeah, your professors.
I mean, they are mandatory reporters. So, like...
Talk to them.
Yeah, if it's something that they absolutely have to report, you know, they're going to report it. That's not anything directly to you or to hurt you. It's to actually help you.
Right.
But if you just want to, like, talk to someone, just let them know how your day's going. Your professors are a really good resource that is low stakes. So you're not actively having to go into, like, a therapy session. Just having someone to reach out to and be like, hey, can I just talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
And they're more than likely, at least the professors you choose to keep a close circle with. Because, like, as you go on with Lyon, you quickly, like, choose from the professors who you want to have that, like,
connection with.
Yes. More of a, like, personal connection with.
Right.
And, you know, those professors are very much, you know, here for you in all aspects of you and make sure that you are the best version of yourself. Yeah. As well as students, other students on campus. Us.
You can come talk to us. Oh, humble professional development brag for me. My club, the Future Sports Medicine Leaders of Lyon College, had, oh gosh, I don't remember the number, but it's either 6 or 7. Oh.
6, 7.
6 or 7 students from my club actually got QPR trained, including myself.
That's very good. We need to do it together.
Yes, we'll do it together, and then and also mental health first aid.
Yes,
it's a $30 copay. Anyway, yes, professional development and training is happening on this campus. If you are interested in becoming QPR trained or mental health first aid or CPR or Narcan, reach out to Victoria, Jennifer, the nurse on campus, Maggie, Benji, anyone in student life. If you are wanting to get training to better assist student health and mental well-being, please reach out, get certified. It looks great on resumes. It's also just a great thing to know. But we know college students love building up those resumes. So do that. It's a wonderful thing. The program, QPR, was wonderful. I enjoyed the training. It was very solemn at some parts, but Benji does a wonderful job of making sure that it is not as bleak and a very productive and hopeful conversation. So
good.
Snaps for Benji. Very good training, Benji. Very proud and very, very worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you've got people to talk to. So let's just dive into kind of some coping mechanisms. Obviously, the world is not great.
Yeah.
And
not good.
Not good, and it can sometimes be hard to cope with. It sometimes throws you into a very deep feeling of sadness. It's also winter. It's also cloudy as F. It's also cold. Yeah. Like that freaking groundhog.
Yeah, but my honest thing is I have seasonal depression, but it, like, is switched, where my seasonal depression is in the summer.
Really?
Yeah, and I am most, like, chill during the winter and then during the fall and, like, spring, but the summer is where my depression kicks in. I think it's mainly because, well, I had a therapist tell me this, actually. It's mainly because in the summer, you fall from your routine, and, like, if you go to school year round, and then you're out for the summer, you constantly have this routine.
That's true.
Like, even whenever, like, you're switching semesters, like, you still will build a new routine. And, you know, you have something you have to do. You have accountability. You have, like, you know, things that you have to do. During the summer, all that kind of falls apart because you lose your routine.
Yeah.
And you have to make a new one, but it's such a short amount of time that you can't get used to that routine yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and, yeah. I have it the opposite, so we can just trade.
Yep.
We can just trade. But yeah, I mean, sometimes the news is tough because it's like you never know what the future's gonna hold, and, like, especially international stuff. I don't know if, like, you keep up with it, but for me, especially being in a relationship with someone who's military, active duty military, it can be stress-inducing, because it's like, oh, okay, and then it's like a little bit of a scare, and then it's not, and then it's like, oh, like, what's gonna happen, what's not gonna happen, like, it can be stressful and it can be daunting on another level of, like, okay, like, this could affect, like, my future, but then it could also affect my partner. It could also affect, like, this part of my life. It could affect this, and it's like, oh my gosh, everything. And you just get into this spiral. I think the best way I can describe the news is as a gateway drug to spiraling.
Yep.
And social media doesn't. Not to dog on social media again. I dog on social media so much.
It's okay.
Social media, instant access to news, quick gratification.
Yeah, and it's not even good news.
It's not even good
real.
News.
It's not even legit. It's not even like...
It's opinion articles. It's opinion pieces. It's you should think this way. You should think that way. Instead of just, here's the facts. There are some that do that. I've found... I feel bad. I'm going outside of the United States for my news in the U.S. now. I watch the BBC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch their broadcasting from Washington. I watch their British broadcasting. Because, again, it's slightly biased when it's in Washington. But in the one in Great Britain, like, I listen to their stuff. They got some wild stuff happening. Yeah.
Anyways.
Back.
Hello, we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere. You're delusional.
Yeah, you're crazy.
You're crazy. That's insane to say on a psychology podcast.
Hey, you're crazy.
You're crazy and delusional, and you have no idea what you're watching. Go back and rewatch it. Increase our watch time. No. But yeah, no, the news, it can be stressful. And we are here to try and possibly give some suggestions on some coping mechanisms. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my first one about finding good news, like actively seeking out the good.
And it's hard.
It's
but it's possible.
Dude, I was trying to do some research for this episode on actively searching out for good news.
Mm-hmm.
It took me an hour and a half to find 5.
Yeah, and like
5 that were actually interesting.
Here's the thing as well, like with the international news versus like news that is within the United States. Like obviously I keep up with international news, but I'm more tuned into the United States news.
Yes.
But the empathy does not stop at the United States borders.
No.
And that's like what we want to re-insinuate is that like your empathy does not stop whenever your country's border stops.
Yeah,
your empathy spreads into that, and you make sure that you're aware of what's happening in other countries. Because we do have asylum laws.
Yes.
We, for whatever reason, those have been tossed out, but they're still a thing.
They're still
asylum laws are a thing. So knowing about what's happening in like outside countries, and also just knowing what your fellow man is going through is not a bad thing to know. It's empathy, and it's you're being sympathetic towards a cause that doesn't particularly pertain to you.
Yes.
But like with the news in the United States, it's either very biased. It's they're using not actual sources,
not accurate sources. Very opinionated. Buzzwords are huge.
Yes, and I think just because the source says it's peer reviewed means it's automatically correct, and that's not the case because humans are the peer reviewed, and humans obviously are biased. We have human error. Make mistakes. Yes.
Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and flat out and say this: news articles are not academic sources.
Yep.
I'm gonna flat out say that if you use news articles as an academic source, that's not a true academic source. It is a source of information, but it's not an academic source.
Yep.
So, like,
because the point in the news is to get your attention.
It's to get your attention. It is to spread information, but it also can spread misinformation.
Yep.
So
and you have
to be aware of that.
Yeah, and like a big thing is that like on the news, they're obviously not going to tell you the good stuff because the bad stuff is what gets them clicks, what gets them views and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to find the good stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever you have all these news outlets that are covering all the bad stuff. And a very big thing I have realized is that a lot of the news, particularly like CNN and Fox News that are very biased towards one side of the party, they, like when something very big is going on in the United States, because typically they don't cover world news unless they want to distract from what's going on in the States.
Mm-hmm.
But like whenever it comes to something like very big and monumental happening in the United States, if it goes actively against those they support, those they believe, what their values are, their beliefs, they're not going to show you that.
No.
Even if it is something very critical that could alter, the shape of our world, they're not going to show you that. They're going to show you something else that's going to make you scared of some other country.
Mm-hmm.
That's their big thing is whenever there's discourse in the United States and it goes against what they believe in, like especially with the blank files.
Oh, yeah.
That's something that needs to be shown. That's something that needs to be broadcasted, not only to reveal these perpetrators and these bad people, but also to give these victims their voice.
And their closure.
Yes.
And their justice.
Closure, give them justice and hold these people accountable, but not showing that and choosing to show, other things that don't particularly pertain to, like things you need to be covering in the United States, and
Mm-hmm.
something that bad, and that history is writing itself, right there in those files.
Mm-hmm.
But not showing that and choosing to show like something else, and choosing to be like, okay, actually, guys, don't look at this. We're gonna actually talk really bad about this country and about this group of people, so you guys actually won't be mad at the president. And that's not fair,
No.
because like regardless of any of the president's political views, regardless of people in powers or politicians' political views, if they do something bad, they do something bad. They need to be held accountable, regardless of what your political party is, regardless of what your background is, anything. If you do something bad, you deserve to be punished. Not punished, but you deserve to be held accountable,
Mm-hmm.
because people had to result in being victims from your bad act.
Yeah.
That's just a big thing. Is that it just makes me so mad, the picking and the choosing that
Mm-hmm.
come from like biased media sites and news sites.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you can't.
We're not saying we're perfect either. We definitely have our faults.
Human mistake.
We definitely have our own biases. I have biases against people of my same beliefs, somewhat of different beliefs. I have bias. I'm human, and I can recognize that. But I think the key to understanding bias and to taking accountability for bias.
Yeah, and you're also empathetic enough to realize you have biases.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be biased about things. If you're gonna come up and tell me that, like, I'm actually not gonna get into that. And like, if you tell me something that I am immediately biased towards, like, I am gonna struggle trying to be empathetic to that.
Yes.
And
yeah, especially if someone's like telling you something with like hate, with a little bit of hate in their heart, and it's hard to remove yourself from like a biased perspective whenever your bias is coming from from an empathetic heart, and you're actively trying to go against a hateful heart.
Dude, you literally are bringing up my point at the end of this episode. We're gonna put a pin on that one. That is a wonderful conversation.
Okay.
What we're gonna do though is we're gonna talk about some of these coping mechanisms for stress. So finding your village. We just talked about like building your community.
Yep.
Find your people. Find your older adults who have coped with this before. Find the people who have the wisdom.
Yeah, and realize that your village will change. You'll move out and go to a different one.
You will find different villages, but you will always be able to find a space if you search for it.
Yes, you just have to.
You have to search.
You not put yourself out there, but like make sure you're actively searching.
Yeah. So another suggestion that I had was creating a no news zone. Like your room, no news zone.
Yes, that's something very big that I do is my bed.
Yeah.
No news zone.
My bed is a no news zone. My bed is a no homework zone. My bed is a Sudoku, calling my boyfriend, talking to my parents, or cross-stitching zone, which is dangerous because I'm on the top bunk, so I have to throw a needle down. Sometimes it goes missing. Sometimes we find it again.
I've gotten very big on not getting on social media in my bed anymore, because that leads to me doom scrolling.
Yeah, I need to get better at that, but like let's rewrite this as making boundaries in your spaces.
Yes, and especially if you're in a dorm room where your space is already confined enough. Like, just make a small little corner of where you sit, and you don't have to watch the news. Yeah, you sit and you do something you love.
Well, and like I really do appreciate my roommate, because she and I, like, we don't typically watch news or watch politics, but last night was the State of the Union speech, and I really wanted to watch that. Like, I really wanted to see what was said. And so, like, I was able to put it on, and she was out, and then she came back, and she actually sat and watched a little bit with me, because there were actually some very sweet moments that happened during it. Zoe, if you know what I'm talking about, we were tearing up listening to it, but a 100-year-old veteran was given an award. Aww. And he was standing and like saying thank you, and like, wait, old people, but
old people, you can be so bad but so good.
Oh, so bad but so good. Oh my gosh. But like it's nice to have also open communication with the people in your spaces. So just make sure that you prioritize that and prioritize the boundary spacing of that,
and also boundaries within those personal villages. Like knowing that if you have someone that you are emotionally dependent on, and that's all you go to them for is emotional dependency. Yeah. You're putting that person in a state to where they are now vulnerable to only be your emotional, the shoulder for them to cry on. Yeah. Whenever there's so much more than that. Yeah. So, like, yeah, you can have, like, specific people in your village for, like, different things. Like, if I want to giggle, I go over here. If I want to hear, like, some advice, I'll go over here. But also realizing there's depth within those people.
Mm-hmm.
So, if at first, like, you meet someone and you get along because you have the same, like, taste in humor, like, furthering that relationship only shows there's, like, levels to people.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of these, like, same topics kind of overlap each other, but one thing I will say, and one thing that has been, like, I'm a testament to, is reclaim your health, reclaim your fitness and exercise. I'm an exercise science major. Okay. I like to toot this horn. I think that fitness, no matter if it's weightlifting, no matter if it's running, yoga, tai chi, soccer, I'm just spitballing things I do.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be any sort of physical activity, hiking, even climbing, backpacking, camping, getting out of your spaces, getting out of your dorms, getting out of your rooms, and reclaiming your health and fitness. I'm not saying to go be a bodybuilder because that's an unrealistic expectation.
Mm-hmm.
But go out and just reclaim your health, because once you reclaim your health and your fitness and really start focusing on actually what you do with your body and what you put in your body. Sorry.
I didn't think about it until you made a face.
I didn't think about it until I, like, was thinking and went, oh.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
Something that is a very good resource here on campus if you're looking to just, sleepy.
EP sleepy.
EP. If you're just looking to get out of your space and, like, you know, chill for a little bit. Because, like, if you're in your dorm all the time and, like, your dorm soon becomes associated with, oh, I go there, I have to do homework, I have to cook, I have to do this, I have to do this. Nancy Love offers yoga classes
Thursday nights for free. 5:30?
Is it 5:45?
I don't remember. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's in an email.
It's in an email. Nancy does yoga,
yep.
and I would strongly recommend working with her.
Yes, because, like, first class, we're taking yoga right now for a PE credit.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've taken a PE.
Shameless plug.
PE. I've taken a yoga class with Nancy prior to me having to have it for my PE course.
Yeah.
But the first class, like, I was sitting there, I was like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, Nancy was obviously telling us, like, the moves and stuff and how they can benefit you and, like, how you were aligning your inner self with your outer self and, you know, telling yourself to move. And a very big thing for her is, like, whenever we're about to leave, she's like, think your body. And
oh,
it's like,
yes.
Yeah, it's like you don't realize that, like, getting out and experiencing something that you haven't experienced before, like, kind of makes you, like, reconnect. Because at the beginning I was like, oh, I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm so tired. I'm sleepy. I'm ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I was like, I actually feel good.
Yeah.
It actually felt really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nancy, like, always reminds you
to love your body.
Yeah,
and
to love your body and to thank your body and to forgive it.
Yes.
And I was like, God, Nancy, you're gonna make me cry sitting here.
I'm gonna cry in the middle of yoga class.
Yeah,
right
laying
now.
there on the floor. We had just got done, like, sweating and working hard. And then we were just laying there relaxing. And then she said, forgive your body. I said, oh my God. Do you want me to cry laying here on this mat? Okay, I'm boohooing now.
Well, and she was actually the inspiration why I did put the wellness, because I was like, you really need to forgive your body, but also, like, care for it, like, recognize your body.
And that's what forgiving is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to reclaim it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nancy, I'm sorry for the nasty joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, bad Hannah. Oh.
Nasty.
Oh, God. Sorry.
It was funny, though.
Sorry, I just, like, did the clutch my pearls move. I was like,
Yep.
Oh my God, that reminded me of Dr. Daniels. What the fuck? Oh
Missing her. Missing her.
Missing her. I just dropped an F-bomb.
You did?
I did. Oopsie.
I didn't hear it.
Neither did I.
Are we not
Until I
allowed to
said it.
anymore?
I don't know. I don't care. Can we?
I thought we were allowed to.
Can we cuss?
It's just the live stream we had to.
Oh, the live stream we couldn't
We had to
cuss.
censor ourselves.
We had to censor for the live stream. Family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Family friendly for everybody. But yeah, no. Kind of just taking care of your body, recognizing your body for, like, the great things it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my bed climbs down from a bunk bed and jumps from on top of a table because I have no ladder up there. So I'm like, I'm like jungle gymming up to my bed. Thank my body. for being able to handle that because my knees would be blown out if I did it the wrong way.
Mine provides for 2 young boys.
Yeah, you provide for 2 young boys. Cats. I'm gonna rephrase that. Cats.
Hey, not humans.
Yeah. Mine gets up and goes to class and actively works out every day. And
yeah, well, my brain's telling me, girl, lay in bed for a little bit longer. My brain's saying, girl, lay in bed. It's okay.
Your brain is your worst enemy.
Close your eyes. Turn that alarm off. Then my body's like, no, you got to get up, Cari.
No, Cari, get up.
Cari, get out of bed right now. You have class at 9. It's 8:50.
That felt too real.
You don't even have time to brush your teeth. Get in the car and leave.
I have gotten better about taking time to actually care for myself. And if it means I'm in class like right at the start or like 5 minutes late, then I'm late. Like I'm taking care of myself. And if I failed to get up, which is fine, I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to vow to do it better the next day.
I won't.
Take care of my...
I won't.
And then take care of myself and make sure that I start off the day with the right foot forward.
Yep.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Is starting the day off with the right foot forward.
Yeah, regardless if I'm like how late it is or how late I'm going to be to class, I'm brushing my damn teeth. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm washing my face. And I'm going to sit there and frolic for a little bit. My big thing in the mornings is I'll wake up early enough sometimes. Like if I'm laying in my bed a little bit too long or like scrolling a little bit too much the night before, trying to break that habit though. Playing my games a little bit too much the night before and I lay in bed a little bit longer. That's the exception. But like if I'm waking up at like a decent time and I realize I have time in the morning to just you know, be with myself a little bit, I call it my pill for an hour. Where I just, you know, I just walk around, do stuff. Yeah. Like I just sit on the toilet and like scroll on my phone for a little bit, eat some breakfast, hang out with my boys for a little bit, and then finally I'll just get ready. Hey, don't do that too long though. This is me actively telling you, get off of your phone whenever you're on the toilet because you're going to sit there for longer and give yourself a hemorrhoid. It's not worth it.
Is that an experience based?
No.
Okay.
But I've known someone that had it and it scared me into realizing that I need to get off my phone when I'm on the toilet. Not even doing anything, just sitting there.
I didn't know a hemorrhoid was a real thing. I thought it was one of the like it was a vine, and I thought it was just a joke.
Girl, a hemorrhoid? I've had one before, but it's because I sat on the toilet too long. I wasn't even doing anything, girl. I was just scrolling.
Wait, so it is based on experience?
Yeah, a little bit, but it was a long time ago, and I didn't realize what it was. 6 months ago? No, when I was younger. I've had this habit ever since I was a little kid. When my friend had one, my tablet. I was poor. I didn't have an iPad. It was the tablet. The free Samsung tablet came with my parents' phone. But my friend, like a year ago, someone close to me had one, and they were like explaining it, and I started doing research on Google because I knew they were a thing. Yeah, you know. And I was like, oh my God. And so ever since then, like, I'll sit there on the toilet for like 10 minutes, pull my pants back up, and then I'll put the toilet seat down and then sit back on the toilet. So I'm still scrolling. God. I'm still actively scrolling on the toilet, but I'm not getting a hemorrhoid.
You know what a maladaptive behavior is?
Okay, but like, what?
You're just scrolling for the fun of it on the toilet.
Like, I am.
Like, it's not. It's just for the hell of it. Now.
One of the hardest things, and nobody talks about it enough. One of the hardest battles that I personally had to go through is get in the shower. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be in there actively about to shower, and you just sit on the toilet for like 10 minutes. It's like, why am I still sitting on this toilet?
Girl, what is it with you in that toilet?
Girl, you don't sit in the toilet whenever you're in the bathroom?
No, I hate sitting on the toilet. I'm scared of the flushes.
I never sat on the toilet whenever I lived on campus. Now that I'm off campus and I have my own, like, free will.
You're using that free will.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm letting the water run. Yeah, there's something so, like, therapeutic. No, I'm so serious. You need to do this. You need to go home. You need to turn the hot water on. And you need to sit on the toilet for a little bit. And you need to dim the lights a little bit. I'm serious. I'm serious. Find a game you like. Right now, mine's a solitary word sort. and you sit on the toilet and let that hot water fill the room and the steam fill the room. I'm so serious. And like you'll start getting goosebumps on your like scalp. You'll get like such like a peaceful feeling. I'm serious. That's my favorite way to unwind. Like, and that's why like it takes me so long to take a shower. Like I'm in there for about 2 hours, but it's because I'm sitting on the toilet.
Girl,
I'm serious. Go to that tonight, and you're gonna thank me. Like it's so relaxed. Like you've had such a stressful day. I'm gonna turn the hot water on and sit on the toilet for a little bit.
Girl,
it really is.
Do you not pay a water bill?
Yeah, I do. I do, but I've been looking. It hasn't increased today. I've been watching the price because I was like, this got to be increasing my price a little bit, and it wasn't. It increased to like $2. So I was like, okay, my stress relief is worth it. It's worth the extra $2. I was like that when I was a little girl too. When I was a little kid, I would turn the water on and see back then my mom would whoop my ass for it.
Yes.
Because she was paying the water bill.
Right.
But now it's my water bill. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. And I'm going to sit on the toilet as long as I want. Besides getting a hemorrhoid. So put your pants up and put the toilet seat down. And then sit on the toilet.
But isn't that the same thing?
No. Okay. When you're
Cari.
sitting on the toilet like this. And you're actively like on the toilet where the hole is in the middle.
Yeah, you're like,
and you
fall,
got
like your
nothing,
booty holes in the hole.
You ain't got nothing holding you in. You're constantly being like...
You're putting pressure on the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Regardless if you realize it or not, you're constantly pushing.
What if you went crisscross applesauce on it?
You're still pushing. Like your booty hole is still just there in the open.
Sophie, do that again.
But like if you pull your pants up, like that's the extra support. But if you put that toilet seat down, you also don't have that hole in the middle.
I'm also scared to sit on toilet seats because I don't want to break it.
Okay, so with that, because I know what you mean. But if you have like one of those,
like ones with the like the carpet on the top of it.
No, those like real flimsy ones, like the plastic ones. There are some like ceramic toilet bowls, toilet bowl tops. Those are the good ones to sit on.
Do you have a ceramic one?
No. But the one we do have is a really sturdy, good Home Depot one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But like when you're sitting there for so long and it starts like you hear like the toilet pop, like pop because you were there for so long.
Pop back up.
Yeah,
the recoil.
Yep. But I'm like when I was a little girl, I would turn the hot water on in the bathroom and just lay next to the bathtub and just put a towel over myself. And it was the
over yourself?
Yeah, just
laying on the bathroom floor.
Yes, and a blanket wouldn't do it. A towel would.
Just like
laying
this.
there like this
on the floor,
and I'd fall asleep, and I'd wake up, the water be overflowing. But that was like the most like therapeutic thing when I was younger. Was just laying in there, and not having my iPod, my tablet, my phone, nothing. Just laying in there with the steam.
Dude, I mean, I get that, but like, I was terrified. I'm still terrified of flushing a toilet. No, of flushing a toilet. It's loud.
Are you serious?
Okay, well.
For real?
Yeah. It's loud.
I get it, though.
Ain't no way you're judging me right now. Wait a minute.
I'm not. I'm not. I said I get it. Yeah, some of them are really loud.
Some of them are really loud.
Especially the ones you're on campus.
Yes.
Have you ever tried a sauna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You like a sauna?
Mm-hmm. It's like the same feeling, but you're doing it for free.
Well, no, for $2.
Extra $2.
Extra $2. No, and like,
sorry.
Go ahead.
And
sorry, that was really aggressive. Go ahead.
And in some saunas, like you're sitting there. The way saunas work, you're sitting there booty butt naked with the towel on.
I was about to say, I thought you had a towel on. I've never heard of booty butt naked ones.
Well, I mean, you're naked underneath the towel.
But the towel is covering you, so technically not booty butt naked.
But next to you is also a man wrapped in a towel.
A man? Why are you in a sauna with a man?
You're not in there by yourself, girl.
Well, yeah,
that's not your personal.
Is there not gendered?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think you're always in the same sauna. So, like, you can either do it in the comfort of your home, naked by yourself, or you can do it with a naked man sit next to you. Big, hairy, nasty man sit next to you.
Sophie. No, I was gonna say the toilet that scared me the most as a kid was the one at the Premier Cinema in Burleson, Texas. And
that's so specific. Like, yeah. I can tell that deeply traumatized you.
Yes, I was watching the Big Friendly Giant, the BFG, the Disney live action version of the BFG, and I went to flush the toilet, and it went like you know what the gates of hell are?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know them quite well, actually. Can I tell you about the gates of heaven, though? Can I testify to you real quick?
Girl, I need to stop giggling. You need to knock it off.
Okay. We're not making fun of religion. We're not. I know what you mean, though, because some of those toilets, some, like, public toilets are so loud that, like, someone will be sitting there talking to you, and it's like, can't hear you.
Yeah.
You gotta give me a second.
Well, and it was also dim. Like, it was dark in there. Sorry, hold me. It was also dark in there. And, like, it was dimmed. And then I flushed it. It's one of those, like, aluminum toilets, too.
Aluminum?
Yeah, they have, like, these shiny aluminum ones. So they're louder.
Oh, those metal ones?
Yes.
Those are cold.
They're cold. So my booty
So
cheeks were cold.
But you sit there long enough, it gets hot. Because, like,
I don't sit there long enough. I know you do, but I don't sit there long enough.
Girl, you sit on some metal for a second, it's going to start getting warm.
Girl.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, if I were to touch this
Remember,
metal
I was
right
scared
here,
of toilets.
at first it's going to be
I was
cold.
in and out.
But after a while, my heat is transferring to that metal. So now it's warming up.
Yeah, I guess that's how that works.
Yep.
But yeah, I flushed that thing in the middle of watching the BFG. Just insert the gates of hell noises here, just like, "Rah."
Yep.
And I went, like, I'm pinned up against the door. Like,
Girl, that just traumatized you.
like terrified. And I go back to start watching the BFG, and then, like, it gets to the part, I don't know if you've seen the BFG, but they're, like, eating all these pickles or something. I can't even remember. But one of the, like, scenes, the kid gets, like, I think crushed by a pickle or something. And so then it scared me, and I hated that day so much. I remember
you
it.
became conscious. You became sentient that day.
Hannah became sentient that day. I don't even remember. It was the day the BFG came out. So whatever day that came out, I saw it that day. That was maybe like 2012. So I was like 7. It was the summer of 2012. That deeply traumatized me.
Yeah.
Holy crap. We're supposed to be talking about empathy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. The positive news. The last coping strategy. The good coping strategy would be tuning into watching Psych'd every 2 weeks. Maybe.
You might have to rewatch a couple episodes.
You might have to rewatch, waiting for all of this, waiting for us to get back on track. But a great way to cope with stressful times and stressful news is seeking out the good news. So I have some good news that I want to share with you. Not about me, but like in general good news. So this is near and dear to my Texas heart. So it's good news for Texas. Do you remember over the summer the floods that happened in Texas?
Yes.
You remember those? Like, literally 140 people died.
Yes. Terrible.
Awful floods.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I was trying to get comfortable. Okay,
trying to get nice and comfy.
I'll go back up.
You weren't already comfortable? You were real comfortable talking about them toilets.
I want to put my legs up.
You want to crisscross applesauce like I do?
Yeah, but like in the chair.
But yeah, last July, it was actually 4th of July, there was a huge flood that hit Central Texas and killed about 140 people. There are still people that are missing, and they're still trying to find them.
Girls, give me chills.
Yeah, since July. But like I said, I did watch the State of the Union, the whole damn thing. An hour and 48 minutes, by the way.
Of Uncle they're talking.
Of talking. But there were a lot of different people that were recognized and awarded during the State of the Union. One of them being Petty Officer 2nd Class Scott Ruskin. I think it's Ruskin. I don't remember how to pronounce his last name. But he served as a triage coordinator and a rescue swimmer. And he was bestowed the Legion of Merit, which is a senior military decoration, for exceptionally meritorious conduct in service of the United States, because he alone saved 165 people in those floods.
Girl, I just got chills again.
Chills again.
Kudos to him.
Mad respect. That's also like near and dear to my Texas heart. And that is good news coming out of that situation. But that's a good way to look at a terrible situation and find the best news out of it. Find the best news out of the bad situations. Small one, because I think you're not obsessed with this guy, but if you scroll, Punch the Monkey has Punch the Monkey. He is a monkey in Japan. He is apparently officially has been accepted by his pack as of today. They still do pick on him and bully him, but it's the senior adults trying to kind of discipline him as parents do. So they are disciplining him as parents, not as pieces of shit.
Yeah, I've been seeing so much stuff about Punch, and people been lying. Like, I saw something that said he got accepted by a new mom.
No, he did not get accepted by a new mom.
And then I saw something that was like, Punch started sticking up for himself, started fighting back.
He did not start fighting back.
And, girl, it breaks my heart seeing him get his little ass whooped. And then he goes back to grab his monkey. Girl, that is so sad. Like, y'all better give him a hug. Give him a hug right now.
And he won't even go after the food that they put out. He just clings to his handler.
Yes, he just latches onto his leg.
And then he tried putting him down, and then at the end he just like gave up and took him with him. I'm like, oh. But he apparently has been integrated in his community. There's still like some things they're working out. But he is on track in the socialization process and is making like very large steps in the past few days.
Good.
So
that is something that made me realize maybe humans aren't as bad as I thought, because we came as a community and backed up Punch, and we're ready to fight those monkeys.
Those monkeys didn't accept him, so maybe humans aren't so bad.
Yeah, I was personally ready to go and whoop some monkey ass. For
Dr. Florky, let's get on a plane. Come with us
for Punch on Punch's behalf, because I mean, his little monkey, his little stuffed animal. Oh my God, girl, it's so sad.
But he is in the socialization process and is apparently doing very, very, very well.
Good. But yeah, that kind of made me have a little bit more hope for humans, because everyone was, boycotting the other monkeys and standing behind Punch.
Boo, the other monkeys who literally don't give a crap. But
yeah, hey, they don't care.
They don't care. What they don't know won't hurt them. But my last piece of good news is, everybody, we are officially dominating in hockey in the world right now. Women's and men's gold medalists against Canada. Both beat Canada, by the way. Very happy about that. Canada, I love you. Dr. Beezer, I'm sorry. But I loved those games. Those games were fantastic. I think the women won. They both won this year. The women lost to Canada in 2022. So this was like a not a revenge. I don't want to say revenge, but it was
rematch.
It was a rematch, and we won this rematch. So I'm hoping in the next one it's Canada USA again, so we can see who's better out of the three. So we got to go 3 for 3. Yep. Well, I guess 2 for 1, 2 for 3. Like I want it to be USA Canada again. Yeah. But and also the men's team won gold for the first time since 1980, which is crazy. 46 years of no gold. Yeah. Insane. Good for them. I know there's a lot of news coming out about that. And a good way to handle news that's trying to pit people against each other is celebrating each other's wins and supporting each other. And I know there's some frustrating news about that. I'm deeply frustrated about it as a female athlete. Well, former female athlete, but I grew up as a female athlete. And I remember lots of conversations happening about the U.S. women's soccer team. Some of them unfair, some of them fair. Some of the conversations, like, they just needed to have better clarification. And I think the way that they're handling the United States women's soccer team is much better now and equal for everybody. But yeah, all I'll say about that is that's a huge step back in my opinion. But also, can we talk about that figure skater, Alyssa? Yes. Oh, the message she brought. Let's have her on Psych'd. Love her. Let's bring her on Psych'd. I would love to talk to her. Like, she brought so much positivity. I had so much fun watching her. I know a lot of people are saying that and it's a little corny, but like, I had fun watching her compete.
I love figure skating, especially whenever they put their own like personality into it. That's what makes it so good.
Like, it's not, I didn't want it to be rigid. I was hoping this year, like, it would be fun, it would be entertaining, it would be full of passion. The United States team this year, I think, was full of passion, full of great messages, full of just great wins. We had the gold medalist, obviously, for figure skating, which was amazing. Gosh, I can't remember. Is her name Amber? Is it Amber Glenn? Last name Glenn. I know it's Glenn. She received 5th place, but she also did fantastic. What's it? They call him the quad god. I didn't watch him compete, but because I had class. But the quad god, he didn't do as well as he thought like he would perform, but he still, I mean, did great, and our doubles did great. And I loved watching the exhibition of the entire team skating together. I thought that was so much fun.
And also just like the people from the other, nations and stuff cheering for each other.
Yes, it was such a
And bringing each
positive
other up.
Olympics.
And that's what we need right now, is just people being positive to each other. We don't need to be tearing
Everybody
other
was
sports
lifting-
teams apart, because you're fighting for the same thing.
Yeah.
Equality within your sport.
Equality within your sport, equality across our countries, commonwealth and common ground across our countries. Like, I think the Winter Olympics this year displayed that so well.
Yeah, it showed that despite the,
The climate.
the conflict that's going on between our political leaders, we as a people, they do not represent us. And that was a perfect representation of they do not represent us. They do not represent what we stand for. And they do not represent our capacity for empathy.
Well, and I also felt like it was a great example of what I'm saying about focusing on your well-being, connecting with others, like focus on the area that you can control, which is these athletes went to the Olympics, and some of them did speak and say like I disagree with this, but a lot of them just said, you know what, I'm here to be an Olympian, I'm here to be an athlete, I'm gonna connect with my athletes, I'm gonna like be a fellow Olympian with these people. And there were no borders, there were no difference of policies, there were genuine friendships made, and there was like, I feel that there was barely any conversation about politics in this year's Olympics. I feel that there was a lot of conversation about like, I met this person and then this person, and I feel like I did so good, and I really made myself proud. That was like a huge mantra of this Olympics, and I think that is a great example for so many young people.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that was this year's Olympics, because I think we needed it this year.
Yeah. And, there's nothing wrong with like having that type of platform.
No, there's nothing
and
wrong.
saying like speaking up about the social injustices and stuff.
There is nothing wrong with it.
But yeah, then people would try to make the Olympics into like a political thing, because people a lot of times try to make the Olympics because you are competing against like other nations and stuff, but you forget why you're there. Like you're there just to have a good time, girl.
Yeah,
just have a good time, just enjoy it.
You earned your right. You are the best of our country. You earned your right to compete there. You're gonna compete the best you can. You've earned it. Enjoy it. Like that.
Yeah.
That is what the Olympics are about. And enjoy it. Work hard. Bring back medals for us, please. Like, it is fun to have bragging rights, because it's like, I mean, I am not gonna live down this whole like both of our hockey teams beat Canada in the finals. Like, I'm not gonna live that down for a hot minute. But like, it's also just a great time of unity and connection. That's what the Olympics are about. It's about unity. It's not about beating each other. It's not. It's about unity and maintaining common ground.
Yeah.
As a race, like as a human race.
Yeah. And then also just like taking the time whenever you realize like what a privilege it is to be up there, and realizing, you know what, I have this privilege and I'm being given this platform. I'm actually going to speak out about the social injustices that are going down in my country right now, because I don't agree with it. I don't stand for it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that just says something in itself. Like, you're, you have the privilege to be at the Olympics, and you're using that platform for good to spread the, love and stuff.
Well, and I think there was so much conversation about there was two sides to the privilege conversation. And the same people would even emulate this. I have this platform, I'm going to use it, but I also recognize the privilege that I have being a citizen of the United States, and I am grateful for the opportunity, because without the opportunity, I would not be here. And that was, these conversations are typically spread apart, where it's like you've got these people who are using their platforms for that, and these people who are who are saying like, I'm privileged to be where I am, and I'm proud to be an American. And we had that combined this year. And that was such a nice combo to see, because it was still speaking out about injustices and still speaking out about things that they disagree with or agree with or whatever they felt. But then also but I would not have had the opportunities I wouldn't have had if I did not live in a country that allowed me to do this. And I think that was such a great combo, because it was done so respectfully by so many of these athletes, and so many of them are young people. Alyssa is our age.
Yeah.
She's 20.
I mean, also, like, the privilege for women to be even included into sports and stuff like that. Recognizing that our country recognizes women, like women's sports and stuff, while there are still, pay differences and stuff. We're gonna be looking at the positive, but realizing that, and realizing that it happened because these people had to fight for it.
Well, and obviously the United States is doing something right with women's sports because 8 of our 12 gold medalists and gold medal teams were women's teams.
Yeah, and it just proves that they're there because they deserve it.
They deserve it, and they've earned it, and they've also had the privilege of being able to train in a country that encourages women to do athletics. I will say this country does a great job of encouraging sports in women's sports. Like, we encourage it so much because it's so important. You also can't push a healthy lifestyle agenda and then not encourage everyone to be athletic. But that's another conversation.
Love to degrade women in sports, though. But that's a different thing.
That's a different thing.
The negative part of it.
We're going to focus on the positive that our teams brought home the gold, that our women were recognized, our men were recognized. They did such a great job and a great feat. We're proud of them. We'll go ahead and just quickly touch base on empathy and sympathy. I did have like a slight, like, not like a story, but like an example to show you and a great quote that I try and live by, especially in times like this. But I was about to like SI this. I was about to ask the freaking camera, does anyone know the difference between empathy and sympathy? My SI pause for 10 seconds.
What do you the SI for?
Psychology, actually. Psychology 101 for Dr. Flurkey. So it's all online.
It's all online?
She broke her leg.
I didn't know she switched to online.
Yeah, she made it entirely, and it's synchronous, so they have to log in during class time.
Ooh, good for her.
Good for her. But yeah, no. So do you know the difference between empathy and sympathy? That's a really dumb question. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So empathy is kind of the way I describe like empathy and sympathy is empathy is feeling with, sympathy is feeling for. So like, Cari, tell me something devastating about you. Not actually. Like you don't have to tell me actually something devastating. Just tell me something like generally, like a feeling. Like if okay.
I'm sad because I failed my exam.
Okay. Empathy would be. Sympathy would be. I'm so sorry for you. Like, that's the worst. Like, oh my gosh. Like, blah, blah, blah. Empathy is, man, I bombed that too. Or like, oh, I failed an exam before. Like, I get it. It'll work itself out in the end. Like, that is empathy.
It's connecting with that person.
It's connection. Sympathy is, that sucks. But in a nicer way.
Sympathy is you feel bad for them. Yeah, like you said, you feel bad for someone, and then empathy is you're feeling bad with them. Yeah. Because, like, I know what you're going through because I went through it too. Yeah, or even if you didn't go through it, I didn't go through what you went through, but I can feel how it would feel in your shoes. So I feel bad with you. Yeah. I don't feel bad for you. I feel bad with you.
Yeah, I can imagine how I'd feel if I failed that exam too. Like, yeah, that is the way. That is like the what was I gonna say? That is the difference between empathy and sympathy. Yeah. We were actually just talking about this before the recording, but empathy is not, in my humblest opinion, it is not a trait that you're born with. It is something that you learn. Empathy is something that can be taught, in my opinion. It's something that can be fostered. It's something that can be worked on, but it only can be worked on as hard as you want to work on it. Yeah. Empathy is difficult. It requires patience. It requires a form of humility. It requires restraint. It requires a lot of moving parts to create this one thing, which is empathy. And so I came up with a little list of things, a way to manage and improve your empathy.
Yeah. And see, in my opinion, I think we're born with empathy, but it's up to our environment and it's up to our personal selves, like the nature versus nurture thing. We might be born with empathy, but it might not ever show up. Yeah. Because our environment did not nurture that empathy. Yeah. Or our environment over-nurtured that empathy, so now we have an overabundance of it. Of empathy.
Yeah. That's I like that. I like the way of looking at that. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. What do you think my first thing is to, like, improve your empathy?
Connect with your fellow man.
Yes. Well,
what was it?
No, not really. It's manage your personal bias. So a part of empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Yeah. And if someone who is completely different from me comes up and is in crisis or is just really frustrated and upset, and I take on the role of attempting empathetic behaviors with them, it is, not unfortunately, it is my job to, if I take on that role and decide to try and attempt to be empathetic to somebody, it is my job to put myself in their shoes and not put my own personal beliefs into it unless they ask. Like, consent is a huge thing. If people ask, consent, whatever you want to call it, for an opinion, then that is your time to insert your personal belief with discretion, though. But what
That's
I
another
wrote
thing with empathy, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to someone and you're having a really hard time, would you want that person to come back at you with backlash?
No.
Or to then try to use your personal, like, hurt as a way to amplify what they want to push on you?
Yeah. Another thing that I said was also pausing before you react. Sometimes taking a deep breath and letting that person feel it out. Sometimes silence is great. Just taking the time to think, like, how am I going to react to this? Someone's telling me something that's really frustrating them, that's really upsetting them. Like, they might feel in danger, and I don't agree with them that they might be in danger, but they feel that way, and I can't stop them from feeling that way. So maybe taking a second and then speaking. Think before you speak is always a great one.
Yep. And just listen.
Just listen. And that's literally my next one. Sometimes words won't do justice in an empathetic situation.
Yep.
Sometimes I can't sit here and give you every piece of advice. Sometimes all I can do is sit there and be an ear.
Yeah, because you can't read someone's mind.
No.
You can't know exactly what they want to hear at that moment. You know what you would want to hear at that moment, but you're being biased at that point.
Yeah.
Because you're using that based on your own personal experiences of what you like to hear whenever you're upset. So sometimes just sitting there in silence.
Yeah.
Just letting them be.
Let them be. This next point that I made, it cooks. Give it a second. So I did say, just because you're asked to be empathetic does not negate that you're your own person. So just because that someone has asked you to assume a role for them and to support them, and it might be like a 2-minute support where they're just asking for your sympathy or empathy, whatever. You don't have to just tell them what they want to hear as well. You're your own person. Like, you do have your own free will and your free reign. Respect yourself and respect your beliefs, because as much as you want to respect them, they also do need to respect you in that situation.
Yeah.
Respect needs to go both ways, no matter what the situation is. No matter if it's crisis or anything like that, there still needs to be some sort of respect for both people for it to be a balanced interaction.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. However, you must remember the golden rule. You must remember the golden rule, because everybody knows. Does everybody know the golden rule?
Yep.
Treat others the way you want to be treated. Is that the golden rule for
Do
everybody?
unto others how you would like to be treated by others.
So the kind of spin I put on it, which I see a lot with people who say they're empathetic, and they're actually not being empathetic. They're being quite biased and kind of, I don't know what the word is. I said treat others the way you want to be treated. Someone asking for your ear, for your empathy, for your assistance. It's not a teach others what you have been taught.
Yes.
It is a. I'm gonna put that on a pillow.
Yep.
This is not a teaching moment. Empathy is not a teaching moment. If someone comes back to you and says, like, I really want your opinion on something, there's your teaching moment. There's your consent for a teaching moment. If someone is coming up and saying just like, this happened to me and then this happened to me and then blah, 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 your reaction should not be, well, but like you should react this way. Your reaction should be the way that you would want to be treated, which is, I'm so sorry you're going through that, X, Y, and Z. Or maybe that's just the way I'm interpreting it. If you would like somebody to just tell you flat out their opinion, by all means, that's your way. But most people don't want that.
Don't automatically assume everyone wants your opinion.
Don't automatically assume it. It's better to give empathy and to be understanding in an ear and then them ask for opinion than you give the opinion and you can't go back and be empathetic.
Yep. I feel like a really, really big one on that example, like an example of that, is whenever people are expressing this really, really hard time in their lives. They went through something traumatic. They went through something awful. And, you're confiding in this person because you trust them, and they say, just turn it to God, just give it to God, just pray about it. Whenever that doesn't work for everyone, not everyone,
or I'll pray for you.
Yeah. Yes. And I know that, like, they're coming from a good place whenever they say that, but I'm needing support now. And you're telling me, I actually don't know what to say to you, so I'm just going to use this. As
a means to say, I am giving you support, but just not right in this moment. And that's also fine.
Mm-hmm.
A big
Just
thing,
say that.
Just say that. And a big thing, a huge thing that we learned, Benji, I'm bringing back my training at QPR, was sometimes you are not the person to lend an ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are situations where you are not the person to lend an ear. When it is a life or death situation, you are not the person to lend an ear. If you are not a trained professional, you are not the person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to refer them to a different person. It's okay when you say, I can't be empathetic in this moment, and finding someone that can be for them.
Yep.
That is perfectly fine. That action in itself, like QPR, question, persuade, and refer. Referring somebody is empathetic in its own way. It is giving to that person. It is providing an opportunity of comfort for that person when you don't have to. Like, again, you don't have to be empathetic. You don't have to be any of this. But if we're ever going to come together and be a unified front, we have to be empathetic with each other.
Yeah, and be empathetic with yourself.
Yes,
I feel like that ties in because you're using the empathy to listen to that person, but you're also empathetic enough to yourself to realize, okay, I cannot carry my own burdens on top of yours. So I'm going to offer you support. I'm going to reference and, suggest the right places to go, the right people to talk to.
Yeah.
But that's the extent of what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to feel bad for you. I'm going to continue to feel bad with you. But I'm not going to let your burdens now overconsume my mental well-being and my health.
Right. There, and again, that goes back to the respect yourselves and your beliefs, no matter what they are. Just because you're being asked to be empathetic does not negate that you are your own person. Like, you still are your own person, and the number one thing that you have an obligation to is yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you are a parent. I will die on that hill. If you are a parent, you do have to take care of yourself. But I'm kind of the opposite way when it comes to being a parent. It's like your kids come first. You take the time before having children to gain the stability in yourself and the trust in yourself. And once you have those kids, you have to. But that's a whole nother conversation. And I also don't have children, so maybe that will change.
Yeah, I feel like if you are struggling with your mental health and you then project that onto your children, you're going to create some...
You also need a good... And again, community comes back into it. You need a good community. That is a whole nother conversation. Community is so important. Like, in anything that we talk about, I think the number one, is community.
Yeah,
like,
but if you're pushing your own mental...
that's another...
What is it? Like a mental illness or like a...
Trauma.
A trauma. If you're pushing your own trauma, onto your children... that's going to create some weird dynamics in your family. Your child's going to be extremely anxious, probably, or extremely just cut off from everyone. Maybe maybe antisocial,
avoidant, or anxious. Those are some attachment styles.
Yep. But just that's a big thing for me is that we are a nation that has various religions.
Oh yeah.
Various gods, various beliefs. Maybe no beliefs at all. That's the part of being an American I feel like people have forgotten and strayed away from that. They want to call forward other constitutional beliefs, but tend to forget the main one is that we are all under the same nation. We all are human beings, but we are different. We are allowed to have those differences, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And I know a big thing for a lot of the religions and stuff like that is ministering to other people. And while that's a good thing, that's a very good thing, I think people misinterpret the word ministering to the people because if someone is going through something terrible, like say you came up to a car crash and someone's hurt and you take the time to stop and to get that person help and to help them, that's ministering to them. Because you became an empathetic person and you put your life on the line to help this other one. You didn't pull over and say, I'm going to pray for you. That's not ministering to someone. That's telling someone, I'm going to stray farther away from this religion because of what it's done to me.
Yes.
And I'm going to stray away from people like you because of what people like you have done to me. That's not ministering to someone. That's forcing your beliefs onto someone.
I think because I am re-exploring faith recently, and I'm finding myself really only resonating with the parts where Jesus is in it. And there's a huge thing that's come out of this new age Christian, the young people that are becoming more religious, and it's the WWJD. I think it's been for a while, but what would Jesus do? What Jesus would do in a car accident situation is well, if it was nowadays, but back then, if there was a car accident, they would probably lose their shit because what the fuck is a car?
Yeah. Hey, what is that?
What is that?
What is that and who are you?
Who are you? What are, yeah. But, like, Jesus would call an ambulance. Jesus would ensure that the right help has been happening.
Yeah,
Jesus would write a police report. Like, yeah, Jesus would stay with you.
Yeah.
Jesus would write a police report and be a witness. Like, he would make sure that you get the justice and the care that you deserve.
Yes. And I think people typically forget there are different interpretations of the Bible. There are
a lot of different translations.
Yes, there are so many different versions of the Bible. How you feel to know God or to not know God or to know multiple gods or to know, you know, a thing is your own personal, you know, freedom.
Yeah.
And I think people tend to forget that just because how someone thinks that Jesus is, like I know we say a lot that if Jesus, like I said this a lot, like if Jesus were here in modern times and stuff, he would be very empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people forget that, you know, and throughout his stories and stuff like that, you know, he was friends with people that were deemed societal outcasts.
Mm-hmm.
He would put his own personal beliefs and things aside to help his fellow man. And he didn't do it in order to minister to those people. He didn't do it in order to indoctrinate them into his church. He did it out of the kindness of his heart.
Yes.
And I think that's what people forget is that you're not, you know, helping others in order to see them on church on Sunday.
Exactly.
You're helping others to help others because you're a good person.
Because you're a good person.
Yes.
That's what you've been ministered to do.
Yes. And a big, huge thing about Southern Baptists and where I grew up is that being a good person won't get you into heaven. You know,
No.
You've got to minister to people. You've got to get baptized and stuff like that. And I don't believe that's true.
Mm-mm.
Because one of the best things you can do on this world is be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the worst people I know are baptized.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not secure their spot in heaven.
No.
And nor will it ever. And some of the best people I know have never even touched a church, have never even touched a baptism, but they will still put their life on the line to help other people.
Yes.
That's a good person.
I know that there was a like a chapter of a book being read in one of Maggie Allsup's art chaplain's classes where it talked about Jesus and how people sometimes associate an identity to Jesus. And I think the only part of Jesus's identity that you can place a piece on is the empathetic part.
Yep.
There's like I know there's a lot of like adaptations of what Jesus would look like nowadays or what he looked at back then. Jesus could be literally any single person on this planet.
Mm-hmm. And we would never know.
But all you can do is emulate the one trait that can be translated across any of our translations of the Bible. It can be translated across the Bibles. It can be translated across time. Or whatever kind of oh, my boyfriend just texted me. Sorry. Whatever time period it is. The one thing that you can rely on is that Jesus Christ and the teachings he follows is empathetic and calls us to be empathetic.
Yep. And like if you were to run statistical t-test on the different versions of Jesus within multiple stories, multiple Bibles, multiple religions and stuff, it's everything else is different. That's the one constant. That's the one thing you will see regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people put that on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, that's not as important. I'm actually going to do this part.
Jesus loves all. And like it has taken me so much to say that Jesus loves all because I had so much hate in my heart about the church.
Mm-hmm.
It was never about Jesus. It was about the church.
Yes, exactly.
It was never about that. And if I can, in a weird way, which kind of freaks me out that I've kind of like had a full circle thing, this is a way of me ministering.
Yes,
like
exactly.
This is ministering for me. It's spreading the word, not of the gospel, but of empathy and of the things that I was put on this earth to do, which was to be empathetic. Everyone's like, I was put on this earth to be a dancer, an ice skater, any of the, like, we were put on this earth by whomever to be empathetic and to care for one another. Mm-hmm. That is constant across religion.
Yep.
So be that. Yep. Gosh darn it. Be that. Like
and
I can't even express, I just gotta, like, be it. It's difficult. It takes a lot of strength to be empathetic. And I can recognize that. And I applaud people who truly do try. However, you can't just keep using that as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
you should always be performing and striving for empathetic behaviors.
Yeah. And like another thing, if you are like so hell-bent and strong on that you want to get people indoctrinated into your religion, into your church, belittling the religion they currently conform to or choose not to conform to is not gonna help you at all. It's gonna actually tell me, okay, you're a bad person. I'm assuming you are around bad people. I'm not gonna be anywhere near you. So if you're like sitting here, you know, saying these awful things about various religions, about various beliefs and values and stuff, and you say you're doing it as a call to Christ, as a, you know, you're calling them to the altar, you want them to go to church with you on Sunday, do you honestly think belittling someone, degrading them, you know, taking what they believe in and just misconstruing it and just taking out of context and painting them out to be this evil person that's going to rot in hell for the rest of their life, that's not how you do it. And I don't understand why there's this belief that you can be terrible towards someone and expect them to be sitting next to you at church that Sunday. I would never, ever, ever take the advice of someone that's belittling me and making me feel bad about something I value, something I believe. I'm not going to follow you to church on Sunday. I'm actually going to stay far away from you. And that's what pushes people away from religions, because people think the only way to be a Christian, the only way to be religious is to indoctrinate people into your religion. That's not it. It's you're open to everything. You realize just because their Bible says something different, they're not wrong. And a huge thing in Southern Baptists and Baptists in general is just hell being thrown here, 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 and here. And it's like a huge thing they like talk about and stuff is like all these other religions are going to hell.
Yeah.
But that's not okay. That's not okay. Because regardless if you truly believe other religions are going to hell or not, wouldn't you want to indoctrinate more people, want to minister to more people so there's not so many people in this hell you speak of?
Yeah.
So do the right thing and like not force your religion on these people and then say, okay, they're going to hell because they believe something different. Did you honestly try to put yourself into their shoes and to think about why they thought of something differently? It just makes me like so very mad that people misinterpret who Jesus was. And like none of us have met him. We don't know who he actually was. But it feels so much better at the end of the day to know that I'm a good person and to know that I was empathetic towards one person besides rage baiting thousands of others.
Well, and I remember I wrote this in a journal back whenever I was in high school when I was leaving a church organization. And I wrote something along the lines of, but I'm making it sound better now because it was very much an angry letter. A packed church might be hot, but a church with open arms is much warmer.
Yep.
And not even a church with open arms, but people with open arms.
Yes.
You don't have to attend church to be Christian. I will go ahead, like, let me be the example. You do not have to go to church to be a Christian. I do not go to church. I will not go to church. My church, my ministry, my area of practice is my circle rug on usually a Sunday afternoon with my Bible app on my phone. On my phone, because I can't afford a Bible right now.
Yeah.
But on my phone, I look it up. I read what Jesus teaches. And I read stories about these people, like the people of the Bible. Not God, but the ordinary people in the Bible who did extraordinary things by standing up and doing the right thing.
Yep.
That is a common thing about the Bible.
Yeah, and they didn't stop in the middle of saving someone's life and be like, you want to come to church with me on Sunday? Or be like,
or like the tip, like when the
hey
tip,
yeah, would you like to, come to my church? They didn't stop in the middle of what they were doing. They continued to display that they were a good person. They didn't do it for their own personal values and personal gains. Because if you think your way to secure your spot in heaven is to get people to join your religion, you're just tallying up numbers. You're not actually taking the time to be a good person.
Nope.
You're just racking up the numbers. You're not actually taking the time to realize people and to understand people. And that makes you not a very good person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is like an actual real world example of what empathy and lack of empathy can do.
Yeah.
What I want to wrap on is a quote that I have started living by since my father showed me this TV show. I will not shut the F up about this TV show. Ted Lasso is one of the best TV shows of, I know it's only 20 years into the century, 26 years into the century, of this century. This is literally one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. If you have not seen Ted Lasso, it is on Apple TV. Watch it. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Cari, watch it. Do you have Apple TV? Figure it out. Get the 7-day free trial. Watch everything in 7 days.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Lock in. Or
I'm gonna do that.
Or have Riley buy it.
I think I get it free with the Pizza Hut purchase. Like, I get 30 days free if I buy some from Pizza Hut.
Then you're getting Pizza Hut tonight.
Got it last night.
But in Ted Lasso, TLDR, what?
What the hell are you talking about?
TLDR? To make a long story short, to
make a
TLD.
long
You know what I'm
story
saying?
short.
It's on Reddit.
Oh my god, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. In the TV show Ted Lasso, it's about a guy, American football coach. Mm-hmm. So like football, goes to England and becomes a football coach. Soccer, football. That soccer, that football. He becomes a coach, knows nothing about football, but he's a hell of a coach. Like, he's a really great guy. And basically, he's got a boss named Rebecca, and she has a cheating ex-husband named Rupert.
Ooh.
And Rupert is dating a woman who's like half the age of his ex-wife, Rebecca. Crazy. But anyway, they run into each other at a bar somehow, and Rupert is like hell-bent on, I'm gonna own the club instead of my ex-wife, because Rebecca, his like Ted Lasso's boss, is the owner of the club. So Rupert is like, I'm gonna own the club and blah blah blah. And so Ted is like throwing darts, and he's like missing the darts or whatever. And Rupert's like, why don't we have a little bet? Like, if I win, you give me 10,000 pounds, which is their money over there. I don't know what the conversion rate is. They should just use dollars, but I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Everybody's entitled to their own monetary system. But Ted was like, oh, I can't pay that, but like, why don't we change the bet? Like, if you win, you get to pick the starting 11 for the game, which he was going to completely mess up the starting line and just like tank the team as a revenge plot, obviously. And then Ted said, but if I win, you have no claim to the club, and you also stay away from Rebecca at games. That's basically like what the gist was. And so Rupert was like, yeah. And so Ted's like, oh, I forget, I'm not right-handed, I'm left-handed. He throws a bullseye. And so they are like throwing darts or whatnot, and Ted needs, like, if you've ever played darts, he needs I think 2 triple 20s and a bullseye, which is hard. Like, that's nearly impossible. Although my dad's hit it. It's nearly impossible. And so Ted starts talking about how he was bullied as a kid and how people like kind of underestimated him. And he realized that it was never a personal thing because those people lacked something, which was the ability to make things personal and to be personable.
Ooh, that's really good.
Oh, it's such a good show. And he said that people underestimated him. They didn't ask him questions or get to know him. They weren't personal, and they didn't get to know him. And he hit the shots, and he was like, I have been playing darts from the ages of 10 to 16 every Sunday at this sports bar with my father until the day he died when I was 16 years old. And he was like, and the thing that those people I grew up with that lacked is, he said, they lacked the ability, not lacked the ability, he's like, they just lacked the ability to be personal. He's like, and years later, I took my son to school. He's like, and I saw this quote, like, drawn up on a wall, like on a mural. And he's like, and the quote was, be curious, not judgmental. Oh, it's my Instagram bio. I love that quote so much because I think it speaks so many volumes. Because I don't think it panders to, like, I think what people get upset about empathy is like, well, I don't want to have to pander to this, or I don't want to have to pander to this, or I don't want to have to do this. It's like, just be curious. Like, don't judge. Don't come with anger. Be curious. Curiosity and empathy are two of, I think, the best qualities of a person.
Yep.
And they are the two that I try and foster the most in my life because they are my strongest qualities. You can ask my mother. I would not shut the F up as a kid. Why? When? Well, why? Well, Mom, but like I get it. I asked a lot. I was a curious kid. I'm still a curious person. And I try and always build up that curiosity and that empathy because being curious, asking the questions, understanding people, learning people is the only way that you're going to become unified. And to live in a place called the United States and that not be a forefront in education for people is insane.
Yeah.
You can't say like we're the United States and then not work on the unification. Like, we're all going to have different opinions. You and I agree on most things, but we don't agree on everything.
And
And
that's
like,
okay.
that's fine. Like, we're chill. I still know her boys, her cat boys, not her sons. Well, they are her sons.
They are my kids.
But they are her kids. This thing moves. I was like knocking my head against it and it was like moving. I was like, oh, didn't realize that. Repairs. Maintenance. 2 weeks later. I love maintenance. Y'all are actually goats. They fixed the door situation at McRae finally, and I was like, bless, guys, thank you. Anyway, but no, I think if you can take anything from this episode, this long ass episode.
Yeah, sorry. So sorry.
First episode, Toby. If you can take anything from this episode, one, you're welcome for the 1.5 hour long distraction. I was hoping you wouldn't say anything.
You said. You just kept on talking.
Because I'm a professional.
Okay, you burped into the mic.
Okay, at least I didn't crop dust.
You said.
At least I didn't crop dust you at the live stream.
You said.
Cari crop dusted me at the live stream, guys.
Okay, so she's empathetic, she's curious, and she's a liar. Got it. Those are her 3 best qualities.
Everybody has a vice.
Yeah.
Everybody has a flaw. We are imperfect.
Yep.
That's
and yours is telling Coco.
But if you can take anything from this episode, try and connect with the people around you. You might not understand everything. I remember it is my funniest moment about empathy, but I grew up in a conservative community. I did not realize there were as many labels for identity as I did when I came to Lyon College. And when I went to my first Spectrum meeting, I did not understand any words that were happening, but I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to learn about this. And I learned quite a bit, and I still am, because there's so much about identity that like, yeah. I know my identity. I'm very proud of my identity, and some people are still exploring their identity. There are still things I'm being taught at the ripe age of 20 years old. But I think I went about that whole situation in the right way. I went to the meeting. Like, just the action of going to the meeting with good intention is the right step is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, you were curious, not judgmental.
I was curious, not judgmental. I definitely like left it with like, holy smokes, like that's a lot of information, and why are there so many labels? And like, whoa, like that's crazy. And then I went, but like I have a lot of labels for myself. Like, I think everyone should be entitled to those labels. Like, everyone should be able to have like, I'm a woman. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of the community I grew up in. Like, everyone should be able to be proud of those things. Like, I am proud. I was just say I'm proud that I'm straight, but that's such a weird thing to say. Like, but I am proud. Like, I'm proud that I have such a beautiful relationship with a man. But like, not saying men are bad. Men are wonderful. Anyway, but like, I am proud of that part of me, and I think everybody should be proud of their identity. And I think that's my one thing about like identity, is that I'm so glad that people are exploring it, and I'm so glad that we're in a time where people are accepting of their identities and really accepting other people's identities and becoming more comfortable in this like kind of like woven pattern of identity. Yeah, like everybody's got a different thing about them. Everyone's different. No one is the same. And I think that it is just wonderful that people are starting to take a step back and say, you know what? Like, dude, I might not get it, but good for you. Like, good for you that you are exploring that about yourself. And I hope that it goes well for you. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing that I have heard multiple times on this campus from people I was not expecting.
And it takes nothing to...
Costs nothing to be kind.
Yeah, to be kind and to, you know, use someone's correct preferences for themselves. Yeah. It takes nothing at all. It is not going against your religion. It is not going against you personally. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah. Depersonalize yourself from that situation and realize that's not affecting my life in any way. They won't respect. I can give it to them. Yeah. Even if you don't respect that person, I can be empathetic.
I can be empathetic, and I can understand that, you know, I'm proud of my identity. I'm proud of who I am. And if someone is in the process of being where I'm at, I want to encourage that because like I had encouragement to be proud of who I was. Like everyone deserves that. And if you are an adult who is figuring this out and who is gaining traction in the world and is just wanting to figure out who you are, by all means, I will support that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Like,
I'm fine with it.
You are so caught up in how someone identifies within themselves. They have chosen to identify that way. Sometimes you don't even get to choose it. It is given to you. You were born that way regardless of how society sees it. And, you know, you can't get past how someone chooses to identify themselves, so you continue to shut that person out and to shut people like that out because you are so narrow-minded and you're taking it too personally. And it's narrow-minded because you wouldn't want to be called out of your name. So don't do it to other people. You wouldn't want to be called out of your personal pronouns. So don't do it to other people. If you're reading a story and you're talking about a character and it uses their incorrect pronouns, you no longer know who they're talking about in the story. So you use their correct pronouns because so you know who they're referring to. So
just use what people express themselves as.
And realize that because someone is telling you how they personally identify, they are not using that in a way to undermine your religion.
No.
Or to undermine you personally. Again, it has nothing to do with you.
It's not disrespecting you in the slightest.
Nothing to do with you. It has nothing. You can go to sleep at night just fine without someone identifying how you think they should identify.
Be secure in your own identity and be secure in your own community that you
have too much stuff to worry about than someone's pronouns.
You have too much stuff to worry about than that. And you also need to be secure enough in your identity and your community that you are in a place where everyone that you surround yourself with believes the same thing. You don't have to force other people to join that community. You don't have to force people to believe the same thing as you. You need to find that community. Like if people don't believe that way, and this goes with everyone. I mean, I think people mostly know me as a very like I hate the two-sided mindset. I mean, I'm very much of that. I'm more socially progressive. That's well known. But like both sides are victims and perpetrators of it. We do not need to judge people on their skin color, on who they are. No matter if you are black or if you're white, no matter if you are gay or if you're straight, no matter if you're a man or a woman or anywhere in between. Or anywhere not even between. There's even some that's outside of it. Like it's not. It does not matter who you are. Does not matter who you are. You deserve respect. You deserve empathy. But you also do not get the right to push your own belief on somebody else. It's a very fine line. It's a super fine line. But you do not get the right to do that.
And it's beyond. Maybe because I'm someone that has always had empathy, that has always nurtured empathy. That I realize how words can hurt people. But from a very early age, I feel like we learn how words hurt someone. If you're in a playground and someone tells you, I don't want to play with you anymore, that's your example of how words can hurt at a very early age. That's just a small, simple example, but obviously it goes deeper than that. So why would you want to weaponize something that we are so graciously given? And hurt other people? I don't think I will ever understand how someone sets out and is like, who can I hurt and offend today? How can I hurt this person's feelings today? Because their personal identity, the color of their skin, their sexual orientation offends me, so I'm going to make fun of them and make them feel bad because I feel bad about myself. That's not a good mindset to have. I mean, you're never going to go anywhere in life. You're going to stay there in that mindset forever, and you're going to trap yourself in a bubble, and you're going to be pretty miserable.
Don't we teach kids, like in elementary school, that if someone's like bullying you, that they must be struggling with something else?
I was always told they must have a crush on you.
Oh.
You never heard that?
I never heard the crush thing. My community, it was very much they must be struggling with something down inside. It
became that when I got older, but like pre-K kindergarten, they would tell little girls like, he has a crush on you. He's mean to you. He just knocked the shit out of you. Hey, he beat your ass. He has a crush on you.
My kindergarten teacher did not play around with that. Miss Wright, we had one boy in my class. There was like 7 of us. But we had one boy in our class, and like I think he was too scared to be mean. It's a little intimidating when you're the only boy. But like, no, it was definitely like we were taught as children, if someone is bullying you, if someone's picking on you, if someone's being mean to you, you have to put yourself in their shoes, and maybe they're struggling with something. So let's.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
I was gonna say it's these people that don't have empathy for human beings, for man, and I'm not saying man as
We're saying man in the
I'm
general
saying
term.
man as everybody,
Mankind.
everybody, but will have empathy for animals. And I get it. I love animals.
Yeah.
But I also love people.
I love people.
And I love animals because I can love people.
Mm-hmm.
And I love people because I can love animals. My love doesn't have boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And love doesn't have boundaries. If you actually experience love, experience empathy, it does not have boundaries. Okay, so that was the battery and something's flashing, so I think we're about to blow up. So
yeah.
I think we're actually about to blow up.
I think we're about to blow up and die. But Toby's like, oh.
So goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, be curious, not judgmental.
Yep.
And train your empathy and stay sane, please.
Yep.
Bye.
What is that?
What the? Okay.
We're about to blow up.